In this video, traders are going to investigate why do most people lose money trading. Stick around. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. Alright, so why do most people lose money trading? By the way, all of you who have subscribed to the channel, appreciate your support. If you're new here, maybe consider subscribing for more videos about trading, the markets, all that kind of good stuff. And while you're down there, check out our channel sponsor. A link to those guys in the description below. So why do most people lose money trading? We know it's a fact. We know that whatever time frame traders seem to be trading on, day trading, swing trading, even longer term position trading, you could call it, maybe investing, most people are losing money. Why is it the case? And you think, you see very often the stats that show literally buy and hold, if you just hold on to stuff, more than often outweighs most people trying to actively time the market. So why is that the case? You would have thought that surely traders should be better, but then there's also a pocket of traders who seem to do very, very well. Whatever the conditions, they seem to be making money, or they're not losing much money, then they're making a big bit of money, then they're kind of making a small bit of money, and the very best kind of continue to evolve. So what are some of the reasons behind it? Let's have a look. So the first thing is that human nature, I believe, generally is a poor trader. We have this innate ability as a human to survive, which is why you and I are still here today. Our ancestors done very well at dodging saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths and all that other good stuff, and burning themselves to death in a fire or falling off a cliff. And that's why we're still here. The human race has evolved. So the kind of reason that we're here has helped us, and you can't really say anything bad about that, of course. But when it comes to trading, it really doesn't work in our best interests. The response of kind of fear and of trying to avoid short-term pain, like taking losses, and to kind of go towards short-term pleasure, like taking profits. Just that example on its own, we know that running profits and cutting losers, running winners should I say, and cutting losers is the better way of doing it. But for some reason we kind of flip it on its head as humans, because again, we want to, we don't want to take the pain, don't take the pain of the loss. You'd think it'd be the other way around. Don't take the pain, don't take the pain. And the winner want to make it feel good and get a little dopamine hit. So, we're programmed as humans to not be that good actually when it comes to trading. Another thing is in society how we relate to money. The whole world works by you producing something, and you producing something then comes back and gives you money, and the money you have, you pay for the things that you need in your life. And we are so then kind of gripped by money and the value of money, because until we get kind of better at trading, understand the disconnect and try to disconnect, we see stuff as value, like, oh, there's a mortgage payment there, oh, there's a new car there. And so we attach that emotion when we're trading. So a few £100, a few £1,000, 20, 30, 40,000 pounds suddenly becomes, a meaningful amount in the real world, if you like. Whereas if you're trading a large account, you can expect swings of 20, 30, 40,000 pounds, and you shouldn't just be snatching at the quick nearest 10 grand you get. So our attachment to money, and that's just society, guys. That's how society works. People work, they sit in front of their screens, they tap away, they do some coding, they do some customer support, or they go out on the building site, construction site, whatever it is, and they get paid for that. So most people are rewarded for the time they put in. And trading is very different. It's very much a case of you're rewarded for the decisions you're making, as opposed to the time your bum's on that seat. So our relationship to money very much affects why people are losing. We've got the fight or flight kicking in. So similar to the human nature, but this is a kind of big one, is that we make decisions on a different part of our brain under different conditions. And so when we are scared of something, scared of a loss, for example, same kind of thing in our brain, just the same as someone jumps out from an alleyway with a big carving knife and says, sticks it in your face, you're going to get that squirt of adrenaline, regardless of whether you're used to that, live in that kind of environment or not. It's a human nature. So the fight or flight thing, it just changes the chemistry inside our body to help us make poorer decisions. We make quick decisions, we're making emergency decisions, we're making decisions to save ourselves as opposed to decisions for long-term benefit, because all of our trading decisions should be with a view of the long term, not just, oh, I want to grab this money quickly, oh, I don't want to take this loser, all this kind of stuff. Next one is we overestimate our ability. guaranteed every single trader comes in, been guilty of this myself, guys, you come in and you overestimate your ability. But I think, you know, that just doesn't do you any favors, because you end up over trading, you end up taking too many trades, too much size, and not really approaching it from a business perspective. You know, it's kind of, as you go through the process of trading, you start to recognize, hey, I'm just not very good at that, and I don't want to become good at that. I'm better off just focusing on what I'm good at and becoming the best I can be at that. And, you know, I think that's the trait with many traders, whether they're traders, you know, making a living, or whether they're traders making, you know, multi-millions every year. There's definitely that trait of, hey, you know, this is my little lane and it works for me, and I'm trying to improve it, and recognizing that the more size they can put in and the more opportunities, the better they can do. The other thing is, charges and cost to trade is an anchor. I don't realize this, especially for kind of shorter term trading, not so much obviously for longer term trading, but shorter term trading. And if you imagine the odds are 50-50 of a winning trade, you know, you long or short 50-50, there's some argument to say maybe not, depending on the trend, etc. But call it that for now, for argument's sake. If you're short-term trading, if you're adding a spread in, no matter how small it is, those spreads are very, very small and tight these days, but you're adding that little edge in against you, then statistically it becomes very hard. Just think of the casino, the roulette wheel's 50-50, but that green zero adds the edge enough to ensure that the house is going to win over time. So you could argue that if you were short-term trading, just the spread alone really negatively impacts your outcome, even if you're 50-50. And so that's why traders who obviously have no early skill to pick winners or to pick a methodology that's working, even if they're trading 50-50, you know, they're scalping, they're trading actively, the spread eventually erodes away, you know, any gain that they could have, or erodes away their account, should I say. And similar to this fight or flight, guys, is we change our mindset under stress, loss or win. So when we're greedy, we change our mindset. When we're fearful, we change our mindset. When we're losing money, we change our mindset because of our connection with money. And we're just we're very different. We act very differently under these duress and these stressful conditions, which again aren't conducive to good investment decisions. And the final thing is, most people aren't really that self-aware. You look at the majority of people in the public, look at the majority of people that's drifting through life, completely unaware of, you know, how their emotions are controlling them, how they're perceiving things. You know, they're just literally living, which is fine. You know, if that's the person they want to be, that's fine. But definitely as traders, you know, we have to become very self-aware. Why we're making that decision, you know, why under those conditions do I take more risk on when I should? Why do I not cover the trade when I should be? Why am I taking the profit too early? Why am I over trading? And then really digging into it, because recognizing, you know, if it's a pattern, it's something in here that's causing that. It's not necessarily, you know, something externally, and the self-awareness that comes with it. And so it's a kind of fresh journey for many traders. You can go through life without ever having to think about that. You can go to your job, you do your job, you come home, you watch Netflix, you have something to eat, rinse, repeat, and that's the lives for many people. And they don't need to be that self-aware because their job doesn't require it, their personal life doesn't necessarily require it. But definitely for traders, you need to become self-aware, understanding why you're making decisions. And many people don't go down that path and don't go down that journey. So those are just some things for you guys, I think why most people lose money trading. If you've got any extras you want to add, what have I missed? Comment section, add them in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.